Meghan withdrew from London trip for Invictus after 99% of Brits vow to boo loudly at her. Meghan Markle may not be accompanying Harry to the UK for the Invictus Games event because she's afraid that she'll be booed by the British public again. Prince Harry is set to fly to the UK next week for the event, but he won't be joined by his wife. A spokesman for the couple confirmed that Meghan wouldn't accompany her husband to a service at St Paul's Cathedral to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games on May the 8th. Instead, the Markle will fly from the US to Nigeria to meet her husband for an official visit immediately afterwards. Harry's wife's worried about coming back because she doesn't want to feel unwelcome by royalists at St Paul's for the second time, according to a good source, Richard Eden. Meghan and Harry went to the historic landmark in 2022 to participate in celebrations for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee. But when they exited the car, they were greeted by some smiles, cheers and applause, but also booing. Speaking on Palace Confidential, the Daily Mail's Richard Eden said, "She doesn't want to return to Britain in a hurry. There are many people here who won't be sad about that. Meghan will be wary of getting booed at St Paul's." In September 2022, the Markle travelled to Windsor Castle with her husband Harry, Kate and William to greet those who wanted to pay their respects to the Queen after she passed away. The former Fab Four walked around and interacted with people who were eager to offer their best wishes to the royals during the tough time. But when Meghan went to shake hands with one woman, she was ignored. She refused to put out a hand when Meghan went to shake it, and then turned her head away from the former Suits star altogether. With the Queen gone and the coronation over, the crowds will more aggressively boo them now. Of course she's scared, we all know this. Remember the glued-on grin at the event? She was wearing all white like Wallace Simpson, but her neck was stiff as a board. And how she's scared to look when walking with William and Catherine to look at the flowers after Queen Elizabeth died. That's why she's willing to fly all over the world, but not to London. Also, just wait until next week. Harry's going to get booed, heckled, and people will ask where his kids are and why he's hiding them. He's going to try to slink in and out of the side and back entrances and exits next week to try and avoid that. He'll rush in at the last minute and leave shortly after. Meghan and Harry were already booed during the Jubilee. Meghan knows that they'd done even more and worse since that time, and that most of the public believe it's them and their sugars that mistreated the Princess of Wales during a health crisis. The boos will be so much worse this time around, and even more deserved. The Harkles have been snubbed by the British royal family in relation to the Invictus prayer service. They think that this quasi-royal visit to Nigeria following the service is going to prove to the king that they can do the half-in half-out deal that they wanted in the first place. They believe the PR from this trip will be so positive and gushing that all will be forgiven and the king will welcome them back with open arms.